Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Last Minute Kickout. I am Pete Tykes Creed Nethercoat, joined as always by my lovely co-hosts of wrestling fame, past, present, and future, Mr. John Turbo Finley.
How you doing?
And Mr. Kevin, the Kevin Eva. If you're listening to the iTunes podcast, they both clapped their hands and did a little curtsy. Hello, everybody.
No, I did not. I did a two-finger salute.
I did a Blue Bloods.
They did things that you can't see on the iTunes thing because you're listening rather than watching. However, if you are watching, then hello to these not so glorious faces. We are talking WrestleMania predictions. We haven't decided if we're going to put something on the line. I imagine Kevin, being the utmost wizardry he is, may make some sort of fake internet title thing that will have to us.
I'll buy you a WWE
toy.
Like a toy
I was like, no, we can't spend that much. And then he'd be like, a toy one.
A small plastic one for a child.
How about this? If whoever wins gets because I've bought myself the new NXT title, but I still have my old NXT title, which I was trying to sell, but no one was buying.
We have to mail it to each other.
No, I'll give it to you when we meet.
We're seeing each other. We are seeing each other later this year, all three of us. So
yeah. We'll give it. I'll give it to whoever wins then. Okay.
Okay.
Happy? Okay.
So we are talking WrestleMania predictions. There will be no forfeits, just the glory of being correct. As the prestige, the gloriousness of that, and being that you're in a room filled with three very big egos, prestige of being correct is always going to be in high standard. So we are going to start with what we know is going to be the pre-show match. We're going to go in order of myself, then John, then Kev, and we're going to say who we think is going to win and why. The pre-show is going to be a bit shit because it's going to be fucking 2 battle royals, so anybody could win. So yes, we'll probably do something. Right, so we are going to start with the battle royal. So Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Who do I think is going to win and why? I think it's going to be, pick a name out of the hat. I was about to say Sami Zayn, but they've actually got a match now. People are shutting my door. I'm going to go with John. John, you go figure out. I've got to work out.
All right, fine. I perfectly know who I think should win the Battle Royal this year. And he's actually been inducted into the Hall of Fame, and I think he should deserve this win. Mark Henry should have his one last hurrah and win the Battle Royal, and because that's the problem with this Battle Royal. Nobody wins it that well. And whoever wins it doesn't, build to anything for it. So why don't give it to someone who deserves it? He's getting a Hall of Fame induction, fair enough, but I think giving him the Andre Trophy for that year as his last hurrah would be a great epitaph for his career. So yeah, Mark Henry. Kev.
Somebody's gonna get their ass kicked. Somebody's gonna get their wig split. Unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna be Mark Henry, because he's kind of open to sort of coming back and what have you. Is like the retirement not being permanent? I'm gonna go for. You look at who's in it. I'm gonna go for Broken Matt. And the reason why is the amount of people they've actually promoted as saying, "Hey, I want to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal," isn't many this time round. Matt has, and I think he could do wondrous things. Right, the entire year of just talking to this trophy and believing it to actually contain the spirit of Andre the Giant.
That, yeah, I can understand that being quite the gimmick to kind of like get over with.
And
he's
you could have it
over with it already.
roll over to the next one of him not wanting to part with it. So I'm going to go with Broken Matt. Secondary choice Zach, just because they've just not done anything with Zach for ages, and they haven't. They like to give him big moments, but I think Broken Matt would take it.
Do you know what? After John said Mark Henry, my brain instantly went to Matt Hardy because he's doing so much, and I can, after what you've said as well, Kev, I can actually imagine him monologuing, the trophy of gold to the memorial of the wonder of the eighth.
Yes, he's been told to procure. He's been instructed
procure the
to
gold
procure.
And start the gold rush. Yeah,
also, the WWE really big on him post the Ultimate Deletion. Thanks to the social media buzz, and they're all about social media. So I'm saying that.
Oh well, so
I think I might have to agree. I think that's going to be a Matt Hardy. Yeah.
Oh well, I'm on my own. Fair enough.
So expect to be somebody that we don't give a damn about.
Who actually wins it? Matt Hardy.
Who actually wins it? I mean,
I was going to say we all care about Broken Matt.
We all care about Broken Matt. We'd all be quite happy, I think, if Mark Henry won it, as I think is the last one. I think who probably end up bringing it is probably somebody that we've not thought of at all, and will be actually somebody we'll just go.
Yeah,
we'll find out if somebody's
Baron.
If Corbin's still on the bad list, on the naughty step, then he'll be going out of the Battle Royal first.
I've seen that he won it one year, so
yeah.
From one arse pool to the next, the women's Battle Royale. I'm going to go with Kairi Sane for this one.
Oh, why?
Because I like her and I think she's cool.
Well, seeing that, I don't think she's actually going to get a call-up anytime soon. Having her, I think she's going to be in NXT for a while because she won the women's, the Mae Young Classic not too long ago. So, I would think she would still be, working in NXT and probably fighting for the...
I think they know that she's over already, and I think they know that they're going to need to put another quote-unquote foreigner up that may be more of a threat to Asuka at some point. And it's either that or it's going to be the other powerhouse from NXT. I apologize, I don't know the name, but it's the one you mentioned.
Baszler?
Yeah, it might be that, and then they'll use that as a push to then make her like the Nia Jax of SmackDown. And just except they'll push her properly like they did with Braun. I mean, those are possibly going to be the two options, I think. Because I don't, if they're going to give it to anybody on the live roster right now, it's going to be Mickie James because she hasn't had anything since she's been up. And I think giving it to someone on the NXT roster that's on their way up would probably be the best option to do that.
All right. Well, with myself, because this has been the storyline that's been more prominent, and sadly doesn't actually have a match at WrestleMania. The storyline between Bayley and Sasha Banks is going to culminate in this battle royal, and I think that one of those two would win it. I think Sasha Banks will win it this year, because she has lost multiple times. She's not won at WrestleMania at all. She's got this feud with Bayley. If she can get this win at WrestleMania on the pre-show, that will be a good way of going forward with this feud between herself and Bayley. So I'm saying Sasha Banks.
Interesting, Mr.
Kevin.
The Kevin Eva. It's alright, it's plain sailing.
I think it's going to be Becky Lynch.
Alright. Why is that?
Because I can see... Again, Becky's not really doing it. Becky's kind of floating along in sort of no woman's land.
Yeah, true. That is understandable.
So I could see her winning it. Also, I think it would play very nicely into the Bayley Sasha storyline. I see Sasha getting Bayley out, thinking she's won, and actually being hoyed out by Becky. And then it's sort of developing and sort of pulling in the SmackDown 2 of the 4 Horsewomen, because they've got to sort of get that back together at some point. But they've also got the whole possibility of what's happening with Charlotte in that match later on. It's like there's this thing that switches Charlotte back heel, in which case you end up with a heel and a face of the 4 Horsewomen on each side. I don't see Bayley getting the upper hand, just because I just don't think they're high enough on Bayley to warrant it, even though that storyline has been smart in that it's been Bayley going, look, I'm not stupid, I can see what you're doing. I just think it's almost too obvious to be those two in that instance.
It's too safe.
It's too safe to be those two. I'd love to give it to an NXT person, but I think they'll give it to a main roster person. So I'm going for Becky on the basis that it would give her something and cause some friction in other places and lead to other things.
So quick rundown. Kairi Sane. John's going with
Sasha Banks.
And Kev's going with
Becky Lynch.
Okay. It's going to be interesting. Cruiserweight Championship. Probably going to be the first on the pre-show, but we're going over it last because it's the first title match. Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali, which I'm really looking forward to seeing if it's anything as good as last year's Cruiserweight match. I'm going to go with Mustafa Ali under the premise that out of those two, he's the only one who hasn't had the belt yet.
That's actually a lie, because neither of them have it.
Cedric Alexander has held the belt in the past.
Nope.
Has he? Or hasn't he?
Nope. It was Rich Swann you're thinking of.
Okay.
Rich Swann got the title.
Remember Rich Swann, everybody? Rich Swann? Swann is gone.
Yeah. So yeah. No, these are two really, it could be either man's kind of like,
Well, my point stays the same. I like Ali personally over compared to
Cedric Alexander.
Yeah, Alexander.
Well, I'm going to be the opposite, and I'm going with Cedric Alexander, because it was him who, in the original Cruiserweight Classic, was given this huge elevation from the crowd, saying, sign this man, give this contract, kind of like chant during the Cruiserweight Classic. And he's been the guy who's been like fighting and clawing his way to the title to try to make, to get to that pedestal. So I think Cedric Alexander will win the match. As much as I would like either man to come out the victor, and they will, because they will put on a really good match, because the tournament as a whole, this Cruiserweight title tournament that's been going on 205 Live has been really good, and these two will probably steal the show, even though it's on the pre-show. Yeah, so, but I think the overall victor will be Alexander.
Okay. For the same reasons that my good friend Turbo has given, I'm actually going to go for Mustafa Ali because Cedric, as he's pointed out, is the guy who's been clawing and getting his way to the title. If he wins it, who's scratching and clawing to get to the title? It just feels like they've got to do like a whole reset and stuff, which they might well do anyway. But Mustafa Ali getting it via nefarious means, because it's all been sort of quite good-natured, I think, hasn't it, up to now?
Yeah, it's all been good sportsmanship.
Yeah, so that's got to go. And what better to do at WrestleMania? Mustafa Ali with a dirty pin on Cedric Alexander. Alexander gets to properly chase after someone now, as opposed to
Invisible Man,
as opposed to Abeyance or whoever it was who's currently in charge. Vacant. Yeah. Damn you, Vacant! You're never there.
Interesting tidbit: WWE superstar Vacant has held the title, held all titles before. He is also a Grand Slam champion.
Grand Slam champion.
He is a multi-time Grand Slam.
I'm impressed with Vacant only because Vacant
his
is
work ethic is amazing.
Able to work every promotion, every division. I have no idea how Vacant does the super heavyweight stuff and the cruiserweights.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. Superb.
With that, we finished the pre-show. It's interesting. It's going to be very interesting, at least, and it'll be a very good way to start Mania's 7-hour trawl, of which we're all looking forward to. End my life.
I can't believe this is going for 7 hours. It'll be midnight to 7 a.m. live for us. It's absolutely manic.
Cool. It's going to be wonderful.
On to the main card, in no particular order. We will start with the United States Championship. Bobby Roode versus Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton versus Rusev.
Yes.
I really want Rusev Day to have the belt again, but then it's just Rusev with the United States Championship again. Jinder doesn't need it. Jinder's always going to be better chasing the belt, especially because his mic work's not brilliant. Bobby Roode's just had it. They're definitely going to drop it off Orton because he's only had it to be the Grand Slam champion. Rusev hasn't held a belt in ages, and Rusev Day is by far over. And I cannot wait for Aiden English to get the entire crowd of WrestleMania to shout Rusev Day. Holy hell. Rusev Day and Glorious in the same match. Woo! Rusev Day.
I will agree. I was going to pick Rusev for this win as well, based on the fact that he is over as all hell. And of course, as the reports have been going on, he's only been added onto this match because of his merch sales, of his T-shirts, of his calendar, like I talked about. Oh boy! But it's not only just the merch sales. He is over with the crowd, with Aiden English by his side. So yeah, I totally agree. Rusev should win, and I think he is going to win at Mania.
Kev.
This is not about who should be champion, because this is WWE.
Kevin, don't say what I think you're going to say.
It should be Rusev. Anybody with any eyes and ears that are working would be able to tell you it should be Rusev.
Well, you know, this company is being run by a 70-plus-year-old man. So yeah, his eyes and ears are not that working.
Kev, are you going to say they're going to put it on Jinder? You're going to say they're going to put it on Jinder, aren't you? Yeah.
International audience. How big a move is it going to be? How big news is it going to be in India and all around that area? If Jinder Mahal gets a WrestleMania moment and they get to show it on the grandest stage of them all.
Okay.
I hate it, but
I understand where you're going. I understand your thought process, but the only outcomes off of this are going to be Bobby Roode United States Open Championship, which is glorious. Every day is an American holiday, and therefore every day is Rusev Day. Or you give it to the foreigner who's against America again. Because we all know Randy's going to lose. I think Randy's taking a leave of absence.
Randy's going off on holiday again.
But yes. Couple of Rusevs, couple of Jinders. Nobody wants Bobby to win. Or nobody minds Bobby winning, I think. It's just depending who it is. The Raw Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss with, I assume, Mickie James in her corner. versus Nia Jax. Nia Jax should win the belt. Probably not going to. As I've mentioned on a previous cast, this would be Alexa's third Mania in a row where she would lose a title, I believe, at Mania.
Well, she's lost the title match. She's lost the title once
at Mania.
At Mania, yeah. But
which was last year.
Yeah.
So,
and this is her second Mania. So
okay, so they won't make her lose the title twice in a row, even though they should put the belt on Nia, and therefore I think Alexa is going to keep the belt. I want Nia to win. I just think they're going to keep it on Alexa, even though and then just have Nia chase it and take it the pay-per-view after.
As much as I would want to agree with that, I still think that the crowd needs one of those feel-good moments, and the crowd would want to be behind Nia Jax, because Nia Jax has been on the roster for a long time, and she's been this dominant force, and she has not yet held the title. And I think this would be the comedy moment for her to finally get her championship win.
No, I absolutely agree.
I totally understand where you're going with, Pete, with how it is structurally. Alexa Bliss cannot lose again in the same, like, lose her title again 2 years in a row. But I want to say Nia. I really want her to win, and I think if they want to have the crowd be happy for this and be happy for her, and have her have this big moment, I think they should give it to Nia Jax. So Nia Jax.
Mr. Eva.
The winner of the match is...
If you say the crowd, God help me, I'm going to come for you.
is Nia Jax. And
by
still women's champion.
Yeah.
Alexa Bliss. I think Nia wins by disqualification or something, or count out, or anything, because she lost it last time. And then on Raw, we get Nia actually finally getting it, and Nia having a big moment on the Raw after Mania.
I'll tell you what, Kev. If that's a complete prediction and that's true, you get a bonus point.
You're just feeding them now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think they need. There's always something at Mania that then feeds into Raw after Mania.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that flip reverses the WrestleMania result. And I think it's going to be this match and Nia with getting her moment in front of a very raucous Raw crowd.
Most likely. We'll move onwards to the Raw Tag Team Championship. The Bar versus Braun Strowman and his mystery tag team partner, Batista.
Is that... I was going to say, we're going to have to predict who the tag team partner is as well. So...
I only say that because I know Batista wants to come back. I know he's been itching to come back. And the blank image that they keep showing on Raw is very Batista-like. So I'm going with
Batista. It's a generic blank image!
Look, Bacon's been working out, okay? He's perfectly fine.
Braun's going to win. And his partner. Braun and his partner will win. Mostly because both Sheamus and Cesaro have those belts for a while. They've been boasting that nobody can beat them. And now Braun will kick their ass. Plus, they've been scheduled for time off for like the longest time.
Please get Sheamus some help. Please, WWE.
As much as I would want to say that Braun is going to win the title, whoever his mystery partner would be, and I'm going to think that it's Big Show, because Big Show just recently had a re-signed earlier this year, and I would think it would be only fitting for Big Show to put water under the bridge and team up with Braun Strowman.
But man got thrown through a cage door.
Yeah, but showing dominance, but and maybe Big Show will respect that. But here, I don't think that they will win. I think maybe something will happen. Braun Strowman and Big Show will have an altercation, maybe, I don't know. But I don't think Braun's going to win the titles at Mania. I think the Bar's going to keep them for, after this. But I'm going to take what Kev said about the Raw Women's title and say that the Bar's going to probably lose them on Raw the night after. And that way they can be written off of TV after that to maybe only hypothesizing, maybe an upcoming NXT tag team. Possibly the Authors of Pain.
Ooh.
I'm only thinking that. So that would be the perfect way of introducing the Authors of Pain.
Oh, God,
having them become dominant, and that would be great for them to get that Raw after WrestleMania moment. But I say the Bar hold the titles at Mania, lose them on Raw to the Authors of Pain.
That is a distinct possibility. The Authors of Pain are due to come up. And actually, Authors of Pain versus Braun plus whoever. Ooh, goodness me, reinforced the ring twice. Okay, so in terms of partner, nobody threw out Rey Mysterio, which was interesting. Because is Ray gonna sign? I don't think he
Didn't
is.
we literally mention this as a previous John Cena opponent on the last thing, and we got how he was injured still.
Yeah, but he's still good. He's good to go.
Right.
It's workable with an injury. In a tag team match, obviously he's not going to do as much. Apart from maybe fall off of Braun Strowman's shoulders. I don't think it's going to be any of the people we've just mentioned.
Shock. It could be anyone.
It's going to be it's going to be somebody returning. It's going to be somebody returning straight to the main roster because they've been on WWE television before.
Is it Brains?
Unknown. It is not Brains. As sad as I wish it was Brains. Bobby Lashley.
Brain's definitely buffed out since leaving the Thunderbirds.
I know Brock's leaving, but we do not need alternate universe Brock back in the WWE. Thank you.
He's already come his way back.
No.
It has been an open secret that he's been on his way back for a very long time. Nobody's mentioned Bobby Lashley in a while.
I saw some dirt sheets reporting that it was probably going to be Bobby Lashley, but I was like, no.
Yes, probably.
That will be
Bobby Lashley.
The most boring match in the face of eternity.
Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman. Bobby and Braun.
So you reckon it's going to be Bobby Lashley? Do you reckon the team...
I'm not going to be happy about it, but I reckon it is.
Do you think Mr. Lashley and Mr. Strongman are going to win?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
Through nefarious means? Is it going to be a disqualification again? I just want to get this out there.
A use of a foreign object, potentially a beach ball. No, I think it's going to be a very genuine win, and Paul Cesaro is going to take the brunt of both of their offenses because of Sheamus, and it's not going to be very nice for the poor fellow. And he's just getting his teeth finally fixed, bless him. But no, sorry, it's going to be those two and your new Raw Tag Team Champions, which will then allow the Authors of Pain to come in.
So, point for whoever wins this match. Bonus point if you get the partner correct.
Yes, I would say so.
Okay. The Intercontinental Championship. Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor versus The Miz. Which means that The Miz, Taraj, and the Balor Club will probably interfere at some point, and Rollins will just sit in the corner and go, lol, what's going on? I want The Miz to win, although he probably won't, because it's really hard. I want The Miz to win, because it's no hidden secret that he's coming up for being the longest overall reigning champion holding that belt. That's probably going to be a record they'll set before he drops it, and then he'll probably drop it on an episode of Raw. And then, who knows, maybe they might push him for the heavyweight belt. I think they'll put it on Rollins. He's been doing a lot of work recently for the business, and a lot of eyes have been on him compared to Balor.
Well, I will have to begrudgingly agree, because I think, even though as much as I love Finn Balor, I still think Seth Rollins is the better worker. Just based on the 1 hour he went on with Cena and Reigns, that one Monday Night Raw, is evident that he is a really good worker. So,
provided he doesn't kill a dude. Yes.
Yeah, of course, yes. Not only is The Miz, that's one reason for The Miz to lose his title. The other reason being he just had a kid, and I think he wants some time off to, be with his wife and,
daughter.
Enjoy that moment, because I believe Daniel Bryan had that time off when Birdie was born. So I only think that it only makes sense for Miz to have that time off and drop the title at Mania. Yep. So, yeah, I'll say Seth Rollins as well. Yeah. Gav?
I also would like The Miz to win. But, again, WWE management seem somewhat blind to the fact that he should be at a higher level, but that's been the IC title's gain, of course. I'm going to vote for it's a freeway, everybody. I'm voting for Seth Rollins as well. Cool. Management is not high on Finn.
No.
Miz is at the point where he sort of has to drop it, and Miz has this thing where he's just... If he's doing very, very well, he won't win a WrestleMania. I don't know what's going on with that, but in their utter confusion about what to do with Miz, they'll drop him, and he's going to have some time off, as Turbo pointed out. So it's going to be our man Seth, because and I also agree with what Turbo says, and certainly in terms of WWE style, Seth is above Finn. So 1, 2, 3, Seth Rollins. If Seth Rollins doesn't win, well, we're all going to be disappointed.
Nobody gets a point.
We'll be shocked.
Bonus point to the world if his trunks are actually on fire.
Burn it down. Okay, the should-be TLC match at WrestleMania, the SmackDown Tag Team Championship of the Usos versus The New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers. If the Usos don't win this, it will be a crime.
A crime that you should be locked up in the Uso Penitentiary for.
Indeed. Yeah, the Usos to win. If they don't, it's a crime. That's literally the reason.
Okay. I really don't know.
No, literally.
I want the Bludgeon Brothers to win because Harper and Rowan really,
They
really
won't put the belt on them. I'll be honest with you. Like
I would
the
love
thought,
them to have a win,
yeah,
though.
but they've got no mic game. The point of them is they turn up.
Yeah, their promo is really bad, and they're
Yeah.
just like basically.
The
Well,
New
they're
Day-
a worse. They're a worse version of Authors of Pain, because the Authors of Pain, they're not really good on the mic either. But they have Paul Ellering as their talking voice. I'll say Usos. I'm not gonna give it to the New Day because the New Day's had too much.
They don't need it.
success.
They
don't
need it.
So yeah, I'll say Usos as well.
I agree with the summary of the Bludgeon Brothers, and funny you mentioned Paul Ellering because that's kind of what the Bludgeon Brothers need. They need a managerial figure who's a great talker for them, and so you want a Paul Ellering type to fill the manager role, and then you can have Rowan be the animal if you're using the LOD equation and just go and then throw it over to Harper because Harper can do a promo, and he can be the hawk of that and actually put together something very succinct and catchy, and that will stay with you. That's what that tag team needs, as opposed to more mallets. On the basis that I've got the two strongmen, assuming it is the two strongmen winning the Raw tag team titles, I don't think Bludgeon Brothers are going to win. I don't think the New Day are going to win, and I can see something going or starting the path down troubles with the New Day, a split or what have you, as going out of WrestleMania, because the New Day, in terms of WWE's stable time, the New Day are miles beyond WWE's normal run length for any kind of stable or tag team. You know, it's normally, have you been with each other 12 months? Excellent, you're now feuding amongst yourselves. And everything's still going well. They might not want to do that, or they might start pushing down one of them to a singles title, like we've said before, like E. Pete, you're staring at me in such a way. Gift that somebody. I also agree with Pete in that it would be a crime after all this time. Wait, crime time? Oh my God! No, they're coming back. It would be a crime if the Usos get. I think the Usos really deserve it for their body of work this year. It's pointless giving it to the Bludgeon Brothers. The New Day, I also agree, don't particularly need it. Although I think they themselves haven't had a WrestleMania moment, I would say. But yeah, Usos.
Just say the New Day haven't had a WrestleMania moment.
Unless you count hosting it, I don't.
Yes, I do.
What their WrestleMania moment was introducing the Hardy Boys.
Yes.
The greatest thing they have ever done is at WrestleMania. To my memory,
the greatest thing the New Day did at WrestleMania was coming out of a giant cereal box dressed as Saiyans from Dragon Ball. That's the best thing they fucking done.
And then afterwards, twerking with Shawn Michaels.
Exactly.
Let's just pretend that didn't happen. Because I do every day of my life. There's but Usos win it. Usos win it. The champs.
So Usos.
Three-way.
Uso. Okay. Moving swiftly on to the SmackDown Women's Championship. Asuka to win because streak.
Yes.
And Charlotte's reign has been as boring as the cardboard box that the New Day cereal comes in.
Her reign has been booty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yes, are we just gonna all agree Asuka's just gonna win in dominant fashion? Now here's a bonus one. Will Carmella cash in and succeed or fail?
No, she won't. She will attempt to cash in, but it will cause a distraction more than anything else. So she won't be able. She'll appear. She won't be able to cash in, but it will cause a distraction that will cause the win for someone.
Okay. I am going to say she will attempt. The bell will ring.
If the bell rings, she
loses.
Right. So are you saying it's going to make a three-way, or she'll make an appearance after?
She'll make an appearance after, because if she does it the way that she's not going to have the same kind of like moment as Seth Rollins had when he inserted himself into the main event. I think she's just going to do it the sneaky way, do it after the match, try to get the upper hand on Asuka, but fail. And she will have her moment as the
best way to end
loser.
the streak. I will fucking laugh if that ends the streak. Oh, you took a suitcase to the head and then got pinned? Lol.
But no, Asuka to win, but Carmella will lose.
For Carmella to hold that fucking briefcase for nearly a year, to lose it.
At the time of recording, they've actually put it out on WWE social media. She is the longest holding Money in the Bank holder in history.
Mm-hmm.
That's been going, 12 years now? Something stupid, Money in the Bank?
Oh, it is ridiculous. It started at WrestleMania 21.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how long it's been going that now. But, little Jericho's baby's all grown up.
Teenage years, mate. Teenage years.
I think Asuka wins because...
Asuka
win. If Charlotte beat Asuka clean... you'd be sending in someone with a shovel to just dig her out of the mess that was thrown at her.
The only way that Charlotte's keeping that belt is if she wins it dirty and then goes on a fucking heel turn, because that's what Charlotte needs in that position.
Yeah, Charlotte needs to turn heel.
Face Charlotte is fucking terrible.
Okay. Okay, so this is what I think will happen. Because I agree that Asuka wins and Carmella loses. I think Carmella tries to do exactly a Seth Rollins exactly the same. Both of them are down. She runs down with the briefcase because everyone then thinks, just like Seth Rollins. At which point, Asuka turns around, dodges whatever her finisher is, and then just beats the crap out of her and pins her. Or gets her immediately in the armbar, and she immediately loses and taps out because she hates the armbar and any submission that Asuka puts on. So unless she doesn't cash in, and she goes to cash in, and then Asuka's and runs off. That's the other option. But
I was going to say that ramp run's going to be very tiring for her then. If
runs
she
out through the crowd. She's got to come through the
then runs back up.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going to say is Asuka beats Carmella with the armbar after Carmella inserts herself and makes it a triple threat, a la Seth Rollins, but doesn't pull it off. And then after the match, you can have Charlotte just go absolutely nuts on her.
So again, basically, we all say Asuka, but a bonus point for whoever predicts the finish.
I thought the bonus point was if Carmella turned up.
Well,
I think we all agree Carmella's turning up, though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we all got different opinions. It's like you say she's not gonna show up. I say she's gonna show up after the match and try to cash in.
So the bonus point is based on the Money in the Bank briefcase being used.
What happens with the Money in the Bank
briefcase? That's where the bonus point is.
I mean, we can figure
this.
We are men of a certain age. We are gentlemen. I think we can figure this out amongst ourselves. Who deserves the points?
Kev will put the real thing in the thing.
Yeah.
On the screen.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Moving swiftly on to Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. This is probably going to divide us down the line here. I'm going with Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan based solely on the fact that on SmackDown that just happened, they said that Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens will never step in a SmackDown ring again compared to the last time when they said they'll be fired by WWE completely and not hired by Raw or anything else under the umbrella. Daniel Bryan's returning WrestleMania. They're not going to make him lose. Shane McMahon hasn't won a match in forever. It's the only way they can put a good knot on the end of that story and then still keep him in the company by what they've said.
Damn. I really wanted Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to win just to upset the crowd. But now that you said that, I have to agree. Daniel Bryan has to win in order to. You're just a happy chappy, aren't you? Yeah, Daniel Bryan has to win. It's his first match back after retiring for 2 years from the concussion situation, and it would be a grand feel-good moment for the crowds, for people to be up and doing the yes. That would be a spectacular moment. And of course, like you said, Shane has lost countless WrestleManias in the last couple of years, so yep, definitely. Shane McMahon, Daniel Bryan, win. Kev.
So Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. I agree that if they've switched the stipulation on the sly, that's interesting. However, I do think that
I'm going to presume I'm the only one that's watched SmackDown.
yes, you are.
No,
Well, I haven't. So
well, I've watched clips, so I'm caught up.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it as being Owens and Zayn.
All right.
Interesting. Okay.
I could quite happily see it just all collapse and it ends up with all four fighting each other individually.
Maybe. Doubtful. Unless it's going to be a massive screw job and everybody turns on Shane anyway, because Shane's leaving SmackDown for an indeterminate point of time. And Daniel Bryan's leaving the general manager to actually wrestle, so SmackDown's going to be a massive void anyway. That's one outcome. It could happen. It'd be interesting if it did. Who knows? But from one really, really possibly good match into a dumpster fire of a match, because this thing's been telegraphed for the longest time, the Universal Championship. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is going to win this.
I thought we were going to talk about this last because this is the main event.
Follow the list.
The list.
Kevin. Indeed.
It is the list of somebody else, which I just changed slightly to put the pre-show stuff at the top.
The Universal Championship between Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. Reigns is winning. We all know this is going to happen. Let's just move on. John, who do you think's going to win?
Reigns.
Kevin, who do you think's going to win? Don't say it just for shock value.
No, because I've been thinking about this for a while.
Okay. They can't. Look, I'm just saying. You can only use he'll retain at Mania and lose at Raw the next night.
Right? No, this is not that. I do not think I am going. Okay. Caveat, massive caveat. If it stays as Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, it's Roman Reigns.
Who do you think is going to get put in the match?
Who are they going to put in the match? It's literally
if it goes on last.
Oh no! You are seriously not thinking that.
I am.
No.
I am. I am thinking it will not be one-on-one. It will not be a triple
three-way.
threat.
It'll
It
be a
will
four-way.
be a fatal four-way because they've said it a lot in the interviews. Heyman said it a lot. We've said it on previous shows. John Cena is not interesting the Undertaker. Somebody who I think, okay, if this stays one-on-one like Reigns, otherwise I could quite easily see the two of them, Dong, Taker. Taker has beef with both of these men. Enter John Cena, who is like, I'm not having any of this, you done this, you did this.
Oh my god.
Injured.
Such a convoluted
A pissed off Triple H comes out, makes the match.
No,
Fatal
it's not gonna be
four-way.
Triple H. It's gonna be Vince McMahon. He's the pissed off one. Get him to blow his quads at WrestleMania. Do that. Get him to power walk down that.
As for then who wins that? Probably Roman Reigns. Unless they're gonna give Undertaker like one final run, it would be Reigns. So I'm gonna say Reigns if it does the two, but I honestly think this would be like the thing that looks better, and it's like giving Taker the chance to get his revenge on the two guys.
I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this right now. If that actually fucking happens, you can have the fucking NXT title that John has. You can fucking have it.
you can. I will agree. I will literally hand you the title straight out. And it's like, you will have it, good sir. I will personally polish it up for you, shine it, and make sure
if the Universal title is going on last, worry. But
moving onwards, because that's just broken my tiny brain.
It's broken me too.
Another tag match featuring a McMahon, Stephanie McMahon and Triple H versus Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle. Again, for the same reasons that are before. Rousey has to win. It's her first match. Triple H and Steph are in the place where they just do the rub at WrestleMania now.
Yep, I totally agree. Yep. Stephanie, it's been a while since Stephanie had any real comeuppance. Like the last match she was in was her match against Brie Bella at SummerSlam.
The last comeuppance with Vicky.
Well, the last comeuppance I would have said was like when this all started at WrestleMania, where Stephanie went through a table last time.
Yeah, but that was like Triple H knocking her.
Yeah, and then when The Rock brought
I wanted her to be beaten up by someone else other than her husband. So this will be the case.
Triple H drinks Stella. The more you know.
The more you know. So yes, Ronda Rousey, Kurt Angle win. I think Ronda Rousey will get the submission win, breaking Stephanie's arm.
Steph tries the moves on Kurt as a distraction to play into the history.
Oh wow!
At some point,
that's a lot of history.
There's a lot of history.
There's a lot of dirty shirts there.
There's 17 years of old history there.
Kurt and Ronda win. And to make it extra special, Ronda pins Triple H.
It's not legal.
No.
Try telling Ronda that.
Ronda, that's not legal.
And if you don't like that, Ronda, fight him.
Fight him.
Please break my arm. I'll get out of work. It's fine. It's fine.
No, you won't. Okay. Don't be surprised if Ronda doesn't pin Triple H, because in fairness, what's more impressive for Ronda Rousey? Is it pinning or making submit?
You know damn well it's going to end in a double submission of the ankle lock and the armbar.
Yes. Yes. It could well be that.
As long as we get decent Triple H and Angle time, I'll be happy. It should have been 2 singles matches, but that would have been just too easy a win.
It also needs to be post-Mania. Steph and Trips to be like really angry and vengeful.
Yeah. Moving on. Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. I want AJ to win. I don't think they're going to put the belt on Shinsuke yet. So I think AJ's going to win.
I'm going the opposite and saying Shinsuke should win. He has needed this win since that terrible angle with Jinder Mahal over the summer and the fall. That was very bad. He's had this Royal Rumble win. He's super hot. He needs to win. AJ Styles he's 1-1 for Mania. He can easily accept this loss, but bottom line, this will hopefully be a stellar of a match and could possibly outshine what we think is going to be the match tonight, which is the Cruiserweight title match. So yeah, but I'm saying Nakamura will win and he'll become champion.
Match of the night's going to be either the Cruiserweight to the SmackDown tag title, or it's going to be this. I'm going to go for AJ Styles. I'm not sure what they're going to do with Nakamura, to be honest. I still don't think they get Nakamura. I don't think Vince gets Nakamura still. Rumble victory or not, I don't think he does. No. I think AJ wins, and then in a rematch at Backlash, Shinsuke wins that.
Yeah, that makes more sense to me. Yeah. Yeah. Also, I had a brainwave back to the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Mm. Broken Matt will win, and then we'll see Broken Bray Wyatt.
Broken Bray. We're also due Brother Nero back at some point as well.
Oh, that'd be quality. Right. Maybe, possibly, hidden match of John Cena versus The Undertaker.
It's coming as DLC.
Right. Yes. WrestleMania DLC. Right. Quick round.
Pay $4.99 for the extra match.
This will be bonus points only. We'll go around the room once. You get a bonus point, if you guess correctly, if it will happen or not. I think it will not happen. No, it will happen. John, what do you reckon? Will it or won't it?
Will it or won't it? Yes, it will. Kev? It'll be last minute.
Will it or won't it? Yes, but it shouldn't. They should be super clever about it and make it so that it doesn't happen. Cena's going off anyway for however long, and he's not around for a long time after Mania by the sound of things, because he's got all these other film projects to do. It doesn't turn up, Cena becomes out of it, or what have you, and then it becomes a main event for next year.
No, you know what's going to happen.
They cannot leave this for another year.
You know what they'll do.
You cannot do another once in a lifetime bullshit.
What they'll do is we will see pans to John Cena in the audience throughout the entire night. He'll be in the ring, a la The Rock, and go, "I'll give it one more try. I've tried it before. Maybe they just weren't loud enough to summon the dead man. WrestleMania, give it all you got." They do it. They're really loud, after a couple of tries, and then bong. And then he comes out, and then they have the match.
And if they do, Taker has to win.
I agree, mostly because of that, but I want Cena to win.
So he has that nuclear heat.
Take a win in a very short time.
It will be a shortish match. It will be a spectacle match more than anything else.
I was gonna say, is it gonna be like Rock versus Luke Harper? Was it Luke or Rock?
It was one of them, yeah.
One of the Whites at WrestleMania Dallas, WrestleMania Star.
I don't think we'll go to all of that effort to see bong, light, slow walk down, choke slam, tombstone, bong, walk off.
Yeah. But they could make this like a proper long-term storyline for Cena, because he could actually have him lose whatever. Have Taker submit him. Have Taker submit Cena. Make the man who never gives up give up, and then you've got this disillusioned Cena for the next 6 months, not knowing what he is.
The problem is there's this very small part of me, because Kid Rock's clearly gonna have a live thing, is that he's gonna come out to American Badass, and there's just a tiny part of me that wants to see him drive down on the motorbike. There really is.
I think if we get Taker, it will be American Badass Taker, and I'm all for that. I don't think they'll give Kid Rock a live mic. I don't think they'll do. I don't think they'll have. Although it screams for it, I don't think they will. Just because, would you give Kid Rock a live mic at WrestleMania?
I mean, they gave Fred Durst a live cam.
Let's not guess. They might have learned from it.
I think we'll see the Undertaker in one form or another, whether it's as a one-off thing that builds into a following one, whether he appears whether it's like American Badass at the end of a Kid Rock set, and then Undertaker comes down and Cena jumps out of the crowd to try and challenge him that way. Yeah. He'll be there at one way or another.
You know what I'd like the Undertaker to be? Not American Badass Taker, not Deadman Taker. That episode of Raw in '99, before he disappeared off and then came back as American Badass. And just Mark Calloway, a pissed off Mark Calloway, comes along, beats the shit out of Cena, and then walks away again.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Right, I can't remember. I think the match will happen. John thinks the match will happen.
I think the match will happen, regretfully.
Okay. If it happens, who do you think is going to win? I think I'm going to say Cena, even though I really shouldn't.
I'm saying Taker.
Taker, because it makes no sense if Cena wins.
Makes no sense if Taker wins.
That makes no sense if the match happens.
There's that. I think that's everything. Kev's going to have an absolute field day trying to edit this one tonight.
He's doing it tomorrow afternoon, is what he's doing.
But I was going to say, it'll be all worth it if he gets that one prediction right. He will win the entire thing.
I mean, you're not wrong. It will be funny. But yes, thank you very much for watching or listening if you've been on the iTunes casting of the podness. I have been Titans Creed from Project Phoenix Productions. You can follow me on the social media at Titans Creed. You can go to YouTube at youtube.com/Project Phoenix or Twitch when I manage to start streaming again at twitch.tv/Project Phoenix Productions. There is content coming from me at the moment other than the stuff that we're doing on LMC. Mr. John.
Yes. You can find me on the socials with Twitter at TurboXLR, all in capitals, of course. And on Twitch, I am twitch.tv/TurboDrive Live for all of your live streams on the Fridays and Saturdays. Yeah.
Mr. Kevin Eva.
You can find me on Twitter at @TheKevinEva. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you're already here.
Or embedded somewhere. Sure. But yes, thank you very much. This has been Last Minute Kickout. We've been the trio of destruction. I don't know where I'm going with this. We'll see you post WrestleMania for some reactions / talking points. It will probably be a 3-parter. God knows if Royal Rumble went 4 hours with 2 parts, WrestleMania is going to be God knows how long. So from the 3 of us until after WrestleMania, we'll see you next time.